Hey, how's it going? This is my vlog for the 17th of February 2023, and it's 7:59 a.m. I was up until 1 just smoking resin. I was like scraping this whole thing. It was totally caked. I got a big announcement. I officially feel like I live in the motherfucking Twilight Zone. Yesterday I didn't go to the gym because my body was goobered. It had like too many different muscles that were sore. And my hands, I couldn't really close them. And I couldn't really walk because my forearms are too sore to hold on to things, and my right calf was too sore to walk. But I'm good now, even though I'm still kind of sore. So I spent the morning time, I think I was finishing up that fight because I was going to turn it into a routine. Daniel Cormier, John Jones won. And then I went to my mom's house. She picked me up and took me over because I called her. I was going to help her with her house. I was going to go over there and vacuum her whole house. But we go there and we have a meal and then watch TV. And I never got around to... I never got around to vacuuming her house, and then we got tired and she took me back here. But as I was at her house, we got a conversation, and I wanted to show her Atlantis. So I tried to show her Atlantis. And the powers that be, I don't know if it's Google or if it's the government, but they blurred out Atlantis last week. See, I look at Atlantis like every couple of days just to make sure it's still there, because I was kind of halfway expecting them to blur it out. Because I have on my website that I know where it is, and that there's no way that anybody could try to say that that's not the Temple of Poseidon. That is 100% the Temple of Poseidon of Atlantis. To anybody who looks at it, 100%. 100%. There's no way that you could deny that, ever. And so I get up on all these YouTube channels for the last couple of years, and I make sure every single YouTube video about Atlantis knows where it really is. I go, hey, it's right here, 100%. Just look. No comment. Not a single comment. I commented on like 100 videos. Every video on YouTube. I go, it's right here, you guys. Not a single comment back to me, except for one time, but it was just a joke. It was some dude in his backyard, like, haha, this is Atlantis, haha, and they did like one of those, like, fizzy volcanoes, and just for fun, I was like, oh, hey, I know where the real Atlantis is. And you comment back like, oh, that's rad, brah. That was the only dude. So instead of that, and I also tell people to their faces where I know Atlantis is, and I show them. And then they acknowledge they can see the individual bits and pieces, but then at the end, and then they're like, okay, sure. And then after that, it's as though I never told them. And so you know what the result of the end is? They just block out Atlantis. So let me show you what they did. So this is the Bahamas. Now, do you see this? Some asshole put a big old dark blue. That's not a feature. That's not a feature of the of the land. That's somebody putting a goddamn fucking blur on the top. And then if you go down here to where the circle of Atlantis clearly is, there's no circle anymore. And if you go to where our actual, let's see if the cut and paste. If you go to where the actual building is, which is somewhere around here, there's no detail. Now let me show you what you're supposed to see, okay? If you go slightly over here, this is where I have originally envisioned Atlantis to be. It was just maybe 20 kilometers, just to the left of where it really was. This is what you're supposed to see. Let me make sure that they're right. Okay, look, this is Atlantis. Now, when you zoom in, I hope that I have the screen captures of the actual Atlantis somewhere. But if you stream in, last week, if you would have streamed in last week, which nobody did because nobody listens to me except for the fucking government, this is what you're supposed to see. This is what you would have seen last week. You would have seen every last little feature, because the water's only about 20 fucking feet deep. It's less than 60 feet deep. It's about 18 meters deep, dude. You can see the bottom from the boats. That's what that's what you could see last week. Now let me show you what you're going to see now. What you see now, no matter how close you get, is just pixelation. It's all the damn same. It's all a bunch of pixelation, and then so that you can't see it out here, because even this far out you can see it clearly. That's where they conveniently have the little blocker. You can't see any of the detail over here. You can't see the road that went across here, which is right here. They took all the goddamn detail away, dude. But guess what? I've got hundreds of screen captures. I've got hundreds of video zooms, ins, and outs. I just have to find them. But you got me. You assholes got me. I was going to do a zoom in and out, and I could have sworn I know that I did it a few times. They're just somewhere in my, but I know that I have it. It's somewhere in my file. Because I do actually remember specifically recording the zoom in and out. So it would be bad luck if it's missing, but that's what's going on. And let me tell you why I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone now. The only people who will listen to me are the people who are going to take the proactivity to block it. That's the only people who are going to listen to me. Nobody else has a single comment. Out of all the hundreds of people I've told in personal, in real life, not that many people, but the hundreds of people I've told online, thousands, crickets. But I've got the power to get this fucking thing blocked out. And you know what else reminds me of this? This reminds me of? Reminds me of this. That's another area that's done gotten blocked out. That's where they found the 1 kilometer deep city with the huge pyramids. Right off the southwestern coast of Cuba. So, apparently, if you get into, the guy who's in charge of Google makes $775,000 a day. So if anybody's like, what's the similarity between the fall of Rome and the fall of US? That's one. Like, ridiculous wealth discrepancy. He's not even American. He speaks with a thick Indian accent. His name is like Gunja Babi Ganja Waji Boo Boo. And, so yeah, ridiculous wealth discrepancy. And at the same time, those people who make the $775,000 every single day, how do you even spend that much money? Look at my teeth. I can't get my teeth done because I'm $25,000 in debt. Nobody's giving me a single penny for my website or saying where Atlantis is. You can't deny that that's where Atlantis is when everybody knows that that's where it is. All you have to do is take a boat there. What are you going to do? Put a wall of buoys around it? You can't cross the buoys? What are they going to do? Like keep the pixelation low? What if somebody else puts a satellite up there? What if somebody flies a plane above and takes photos? You can't hide something that's way out in the middle of the open. Plus, I have hundreds of screen captures. And I have them backed up all over the place, and I mailed them all over the world. I mailed them to friends all over the world. I mailed a whole bunch of stuff to Italy. So I don't understand. So anyways, I will just have to get organized and rely on all the screen captures that I did. And so, anyways, I got really kind of stressed out about that, and I was like, which if you have any kind of sense of empathy that you would actually understand. My mom got kind of frustrated with me, though, because she didn't want me to get, like, show emotion. I'm not allowed to show emotion around her because she thinks that I'm blaming her. I wasn't blaming her, man. But she didn't understand the significance of that. So, anyways, that's what's going on with me. Last night, I might smoke a little bit more of this resin just because my lungs are kind of fresh. And I might be able to scrape a little bit out the side. But as soon as this thing can't be scraped anymore, I think this is my mom's. Not like she doesn't smoke weed. But I think she might want this back just because it's like a thing that she has for a long time. But like if it wasn't hers, I'd break it open. I'd break it. And I'd scrape the inside of it. Oh, but then I wouldn't, because I have another bong to smoke it out of. Just as like a ending of the weed smoking days ceremony. So, I'm gonna go. I actually did get an energy drink. I got 2 energy drinks last night because I was smoking this reefer. I don't drink energy drinks when I exercise. I do have these little packets that I put in my drink, but I don't drink those expensive energy drinks. And I don't do those packets in the gym, only when I ride my bike. But so I went to the convenience store really close, like 1 block away, which I never go to. I've been there for years. For like 5 years, I haven't been there, and I realized that they sell alcohol now. So that was cool, because they close at midnight. So if I ever want to drink alcohol, I never realized. I could go right, like, 200 meters that way. But I got an energy. I'm like, how much are the energy drinks? They don't have prices anywhere. It's this Indian dude. And he's like, which one do you want? And I'm like, how about the Rockstar? He's like, well, that's $3.50. And I'm like, well, do you have anything that's cheaper? What's the cheapest one? And he goes, well, if you buy 2 Rockstar, you get it for $5. And so he's like, you get the 2 Rockstar for $5. That's what you do now. Like, and I was like, okay. So just because he got all excited about the deal that I could get, and I went and got it. So I just hung out here, and those things bonk me out if I drink them like that, 2 of them in a row. But yeah, I was just smoking reefer and basically looking at this going, I can't believe it, man. So listen, I'm pissed. This is war. I'm taking you motherfuckers down. I don't know who you are, but this ain't gonna fly. This isn't gonna work. There's gonna be a winner and there's gonna be a loser in this situation, this Atlantis situation. Losers are gonna be you guys. Winners are gonna be the people who want to see the pixelation back. I guarantee you, 100%. That's what's gonna happen. You're gonna lose. And I just might find out who's responsible for that too, by the way. And if I do, your name is gonna get dropped on YouTube. So, and I am gonna find out what the name of that dingle guy is, who makes the $775,000 a year, because I might blame it on him. And I'm gonna find out who the asshole in charge of the U.S. government satellites. My cousin works for... My cousin is one of the fucking guys who programs the Space Force satellites. But I don't talk to him. He's a fucking... Last time I talked to him, all he wanted me to do was get a job. But, yeah, I want to find out what's going on with this stuff. Because, I'm either going to get to the bottom of it, or I'm just going to... Oh, this is what I'm going to do. This is how pissed off I am. I'm not going to speak to anybody from now on. Somebody comes up to me and they're like, oh, hey, what's up? I'll be like, okay, first of all, I'm not going to even look at you. Here's a card. This is my business card. Kyle Pounds. On the back side, you have to sign your name. That says that you believe me when I tell you where I know Atlantis is, and that you believe me when I tell you that they pixeled it out. You sign the card, you give the card back to me, I take the photo of the card, proving, with you in the background, proving that you signed up on my plan. And then I'll give the card back to you. And if you refuse to sign that card, guess what? I'm not ever going to speak to you or even look at you. You don't exist. Nobody on this world besides me exists unless you sign my Atlantis card. So anyways, I'll talk to you tomorrow.